So my hubby did some wings, y'all. And he did some hamburgers on the grill. And I'm gonna do some fried potatoes and onions. And these wings are so good. You know they don't be big. But baby, with that $1 million, this is the truth. It's so good. Come on in here. We're gonna do us some fried potato and onions to go with this. Honey, welcome to my kitchen. What we finna be cooking? Let it cook. I had to. Hold on, let me get through it now. I'm glow ready. I'm in the kitchen. Let her cook. Some of it is over y'all head. But she in the kitchen. Let her cook. So what we're gonna do is peel these potatoes. We're gonna save the skin. Honey, we doing a lesson all in one. Let me wash my hands. Preventative living. We're doing everything all in one. I'm finna get started. I need to put my little water in my pan. We're finna do a lesson and everything.
Yeah, I want some more washcloth. Take all the washing first.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna peel some potato, huh? Oh, you left the door open. Let me shut this door. How y'all doing today? We're gonna peel some potato. And cause we not eating real heavy. So we're gonna keep the butt in. We're gonna keep the end of the skin. Because we're gonna dry it out and then we're gonna plant it. And these are gonna be Idaho potatoes. And I got a different one too. I got a very large potato. I want to see if I plant two different ones. So we're gonna keep the, when we peel this right here, I feel like y'all all up on me. When we peel this, you want to peel it about this thick. I'm gonna cut that off. Keep this. You want to keep this. All right? Because this is going to grow you more potatoes. And until you decide to know which way you're going to cut your potatoes, have you some water. So your potato don't get no bunch of black marks on them. Have you some water. And go ahead and put your potato in the water, right? I'm going to push you back a little bit more. And I need to go get me a chair. Hold on. I'm going to drop you down. So hold on one second. We're going to dry this out. And we're going to plant this. Yes, I feel better. You know, Jeanette, that it takes about 5 days for the injections to kick in. And they called me today from the doctor. And I told them I wasn't overdoing it. And I can still tell why I had a bad setup. You know. But I'm getting better. I'm coming around. So remember, sorry y'all. See, that's why I know I had something bad. But this part we're going to keep. Right? This is a spud. And this is enough, a bulb, to grow more potatoes. Now that's on the small one, okay? And but I also have a big one I want to show y'all for purposes of explaining some stuff to you. Here's another one we're going to cut off. It's got a couple on there. Now, this one is what's got me right here. I wonder if I can grow a potato this big. I had these potatoes during the holiday in January. I wonder, because I'm going to try to cut this 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I got 4 potatoes on this one potato. but I want them to come out big. So I'm going to cut right here first. Let me get in there. That's 1. That's 2. Three. And that's 4. I got 4 potatoes off of this 1 big potato. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to dry them out. And we're going to get some soil. And from that soil, we're going to plant these. And we're going to grow us some potatoes. All right? There's some things you don't have to have a lot of yard or anything. I'm going to get me some of those boxes that can go out there on my back deck. And I'm going to do my tomatoes. I'm going to do my peppers. And I'm going to do the things I can handle. I can't do a full-fledged garden with my back. I wish I could. When my father-in-law, I always liked gardening. And I asked my father-in-law to till the ground over. And he told me he would. And he came down with double pneumonia. And he died from it. But he was going to do my yard. Because my father-in-law, he could farm real good, right? And God rest his soul. So here's another one. I got 1, 2 potatoes on this one. So I'm going to take my time and come around here. See? I'm not making it extra thick. Okay? We're gonna dry your bottoms out. And then we're going to plant them. And they got to have some sunlight. This is a little small one right here. They got to have some sunlight. You don't want to bury them deep. You want to bury them kind of lightly on top of the soil to give them an opportunity to sink down in the soil. That means it's going to be a good potato. If you let it sink on its own and you just keep covering it up, dusting it a little at a time till it get buried. And the next thing you know, you should get a green bud come through. And you keep watering it. And then the next thing before you know it, you'll have you some potatoes. Because you already know starting tomorrow, those tariffs gonna begin. So there's no telling how high stuff is gonna be tomorrow at the grocery store. Look, while I'm talking, I need to go to the grocery store today. And I need to go get my topsoil today. And my bucket thing that I want to put it in. So we're gonna cook us some fried potatoes and onions, but we're gonna use these, okay? Because these we normally would throw them out. You got some good potato eye going on. Please make sure you plant them in a hill. When I was looking it up, I did some research, Jimette, and it told me to get it started. I really didn't even have to do that. I just have to create me like a little mound in the pot and then lay them there, sprinkle them like that. Just depending on how I'm going to pot them. Now, that's what they said. Now, I'm not trying to do groundwork, Jimette. I'm trying to just do something simple I can handle from the long pot things that you put on your porch. So here we got 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to cut it. That's 1. That's 2. Here is number 3. 3. So I got 3 off of that. See, I got me some potatoes on them. And so Tuesday starts stuff. So the lady that I bought my thing from, she was saying her husband that delivered it, he was like, well, it's good you bought your console when you did, because he said they come from China. And what's going to happen is when the tariffs start this Tuesday, he said we're going to have a big price increase. We don't have no other choice, because it's going to hit them coming in from China. So I'm glad that God worked that out for me, because see what happened was all things do work together. They had told me that I was going to have to pay $1,063 for my back injection. And when I got there, they just asked for my copay of $60. And so I just took that and as a blessing. And I took that money and bought my entertainment center that my husband was getting ready to pay for my injection with. So when I say I think all things work together, that's how I see it. That's my belief. So look, all these different ones that we're going to put in the ground. We got all these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potatoes that I'm going to lay in the soil, you know, so that they can take root and start growing. How y'all doing today? I know I'm running late, but my niece and nephew, I had to talk to them today. My real nieces and nephews, they have death in their family, and it's not a good death. So basically, their first cousin passed away, and she was only 30, would be 37 this year, I think. And she left behind some children and a set of twins that she just had in 2020. And my brother and I talked, and I don't get to see my niece and nephew that much, but they know I love them, and they know I'm going to make them laugh, right? So I had to call my Jazzy Pooh and my Courtney. And y'all say a prayer for them, because death ain't never easy, and it's really hard when young people don't quite understand it. So I request prayer for them. Willie, when you called me, I was on the phone with Courtney, and I had just got off with Jasmine, and I don't want to say too much, but y'all, I remember when my cousin passed away. He was the first out of the first cousins to pass away, and it's hard. And I'm gonna be an aunt. I don't care. I'm going to always be an aunt. I may not like what they do, but if any of my nieces and nephews need me, I'm going to go. I'm going to be that aunt, you know. And so I had to take time out and talk with them, make sure they were good, and show them respect and love. Now, my brother and their mama got a divorce. That don't mean nothing. They don't have nothing to do with me. Them is my nieces and nephews, period. My brother done moved on with his life, and she done moved on with hers. But death, you have to see, that's the thing with us. You got to know how to set aside. My brother was there. You got to know how to set aside foolishness. When you've been in a family that long, that is his niece. He watched that baby grow up. You know, that break my heart for her mama. You have to set aside stuff. My heart go out, you know. Regardless if our families are intertwined anymore, I'm going to always be connected through that niece and nephew of mine. Period. That ain't going to change. And they respectful nieces and nephews. They love their father. Their father love them. Their father is a on hands daddy and things like that. And so they doing good. She in college, and he got his own business and Airbnbs. Honey, he got some good, nice ones. He got them downtown Atlanta Airbnbs that you go to a concert or something. If you going to experience downtown Atlanta, he got them where you see the whole skyline. Honey, he got them. I'm so proud of him too. He be like, Auntie, give me some advice, cause you know, Auntie been self-employed forever, but I had to be there for them. I just want y'all to understand. So I was on the phone for a while with both of them, and I expressed my condolences, but most of all, I told them how much I love them. I miss them, but kids grow up, you know. And him and Kelby are best first cousins. That's Kelby's brother. They're best first cousins, and this was his best first cousin on his mama's side. Kelby his best first cousin on his daddy's side. So he's kind of torn up right now. So y'all please say a prayer for my niece and nephew and the family. It's kind of it's a rough thing right now. It was a girl that passed away. All right, so we cut these up, and you don't take a lot. It just depends on how many fried potatoes and onions you want. Do you want some later? And here lately, I haven't been eating much, and I really want to get rid of those that had the spud on it, because we're going to grow these together. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. It's all right. Life is going to happen. Life is happening as we speak. You are not going to make everybody happy. Some people right now, I can't make them happy. If I am nothing other than myself, that's all I can be. And is Melanie Crawford on here? Is Melody Crawford on here today? Hey, Miss Irene Lord, I got to go to the post office. Did you ever find that package, Miss Irene? Is Melody Crawford on here? I'm just going to cut up 2 more potatoes because I don't really think I need that many. These right here, let me see if I got one with a spud on it, a bud on it. Because potatoes will go bad on you. Yes, honey, it's something else going on right now. And I can't say no more because it's not my family. I leave it right there. In other words, if you know that somebody passed away, the details I can't give. I can tell you this much, that somebody passed away. And it's hard on them. And just say a prayer. Details, that's all the details I can give. Can't give no more. And I mean, that's respectfully. You don't have to know the inside of everything. I was looking for her, but I'm going to tell you. Sometimes, do y'all believe that y'all can have, do y'all believe you can have spiritual bonds and connections to stuff that you don't even know why you so spiritually connected to it? Have y'all ever been like that? Do y'all know that each city has its own spirits that hover in there, that we entertain? Each, like how they say Atlanta entertain the LGBTQ community. They say, you know, Chicago entertain this. They say the most deadliest place to live on this world is Memphis, Tennessee, and it has a killing spirit over it. Do y'all ever realize that sometimes you see this got 2 of them, so that's 2 potatoes. I'm gonna take and peel this, and we're gonna plant these potatoes. We gotta dry them out. So what you're gonna do is just sit these on something and dry the skin out, and then we'll be ready to plant it. All right, we don't want to plant it wet. You want it to dry out. We don't want to plant it wet because we can rotten the potato. Okay, and I need to tell Melanie Crawford why I got a bond to Detroit. Spiritual bonds are real. Those states have demons that is over the territory, and that all states do. Not just them. I was just using it as an example. But all states got something they wrestle with. So let me tell you, because I know one thing about Melanie. If she ain't on here, she will be on here later. I have a bond. I have a spiritual connection to Detroit. And I kept saying, why do I love Detroit so much? Why do I love Detroit? Yes, I got family there. But when I went to Detroit, every time I go, and I've been like 3 times, I feel a connection there. I love it. I can't explain it to you. When I go to Belle Isle, I love it. When I go to Detroit, I ain't worried about no potholes. But I could live there. And sometimes I feel like I live there. But I ain't live there. I just visited there. But I'm going to tell you why I realize it. Detroit is a historian place. It's full of history. Detroit plays one of the biggest roles in the Underground Railroad. It still have houses that have the Underground Railroad in them. It has a museum. And as I studied more and more about the Underground Railroad, I realized that Detroit was in the hub to get the people to Canada. That was your spot. I said, Lord, all this time I kept saying, every time I go, and when I stayed downtown with the St. Louis, with that boxer's fist in the middle of the road. I've stayed in town off of 7 Mile and Vassar. I've stayed in different spots. Stayed with family, then I stayed in the Marriott and all of that. But I felt a connection. And as I started to do more and more research, I said, I see why I feel a connection now. I feel that strong connection because their role that Michigan played, that Lake Michigan, that Lake Michigan has played toward. See, people don't understand what the Underground Railroad was, and they don't understand that the Underground Railroad, you needed a river. They had to listen. And that river was taking them where they needed to go, all the way from South Carolina. So I was like, gosh, you know, I feel such a strong connection there. We're going to get ready to get this skillet going real good. Let me pour this water off, huh? What you say? Hold on. Somebody said something. Sylvia E. Solomon said, Vermont too was a place that had underground railroads. I didn't know it until I moved here. Jemet said, spiritual reincarnation of the possibilities of life before you, deeply within your heart and soul of the ancestors. I don't think I could take it. Nebraska, it's so many places. Mama Tracey, the post office said, give them time to catch up from the bad weather. I don't believe it. I sent you an attachment of the tracking responsible for them. Oh, wow. I see now because Detroit, Michigan got a big museum, a Black History Museum. Y'all, I need to go over here and rinse this out. I hope you feel better, Jardine. She said she in the hospital. Y'all, I'm still limping a little bit because I still feel that pull on my left side, but I'm gonna make it. Let's rinse these off. And we're gonna drop these potatoes, and we're gonna keep on giving, right? So we're gonna plant the potatoes that we just peeled. That's how you gotta do it. And if you're gonna go to the grocery store, if you can afford it, go ahead and go today. I need to make an errand too. I need to go to the grocery store and grab a few things before tomorrow. Now, I don't know, allegedly, the tariffs start tomorrow. And that's gonna be a higher price on food and everything. So, I don't know. But I know I can go grab a few things up before it goes up in the store. I need to kind of go pick a few items up and some meat. But I know we're gonna make it. I have so much to talk about today. I have a lot to talk about. Willie, I'm gonna call you when this live is over. Because you and I ain't even talked today, and we will though. But I had a lot of stuff going on. Let me get over here and check this grease. And we're going to put these potatoes on. What did you say, Jean? Hold on. Let's see if this grease is hot. We're going to turn that grease up. Jean said something. We sending prayers to you. He lifted that off of Mexico so far. Well, he better do it off of Canada more than anybody. Because, baby, right now, as they say, I don't know. The information you have researched and know will really need to share it with our families and our young. Well, see, I do talk on this all the time, Lynn. And this is not even my Black History Spotlight. But see, what I don't like is, if I mention an ounce of Black history, all my people, the majority of my white people leave. And I'm going to tell you like this, I'm not going to cater to it because history is history. We're not talking bad on nobody. And as a matter of fact, I wanted to share that with her, but my talk today is not going to be about the Underground Railroad. That is not my fact. Let me turn this down. That's not my fact today in Black history. I'm going to turn this down so y'all can see it. I'm going to talk about Uncle Tom today. That's who I'm talking about. But let me get y'all set up real quick so I can drop these taters. Take a tater and wait. I got some. And Eddie already done the chicken. And he done the hamburgers. And I normally like me some big old potatoes, big old onions. But anything to pull that flavor in will work for me. And I'm going to use my everything green and some salt and pepper. I keep it simple. And my husband, he ain't crazy over onions, so And it is Black History Month, too. But we've been doing Black History since December. We're going to season these babies up. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, it feels so funny when this happens to me because my foot don't feel like it's on my body. And it causes me to limp. And I feel a little funny. And I feel like I'm on fall. So I have to be careful. Okay, we're going to shake us a little everything green. My Tracey. Me. Mama Tracey. It's good on them too. I ain't lying now. Shoot. I ain't lying now. Shoot. I ain't lying. I ain't lying now. Nah. Everybody hadn't left me now for real. But the majority of them do. But it's okay, because I got this peace right now. And it do pass understanding. And I'm okay. I'm okay with whatever happens at this point in my life. I'm just, when I first come on here, it was so new. And I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And now I find myself, child, I have to make myself get up and come on. I be like, I'm going to come on in a minute. I'm going to go on. Then I start researching something. Then I start reading. Then I be like, oh, I'm going to come on. Then I do something else. And be done ran somewhere. And I don't even be done come on. I used to come on 2 times, 3 times. I barely can get it now. I think I'm finna go through another, my body's shifting to another way. I'm getting old, y'all. In other words, I'm just settling. Like the foundation on your house, I'm just settling. Oh, what's going on with me? I'm just settling. Baby, I'm settling like the foundation on your house. I'm getting older and I'm getting, 4 years make a difference. This is 5 years and I done got old. I really feel it. And I feel something. I don't know what the Lord is going to do, but I just feel a pull. Yes. I hit the hearts for me. Because somebody screen recorded me. And I do not understand. And so basically Eddie did some hamburgers and he did some hot dogs on the grill because it's a little warm. And but see, you don't never know. I don't know what. This could go away. We don't know what's going to happen to social media. Right? So I don't know. So I want to tell y'all my Black History moment. And we're going to keep these french fries, these fried potatoes and onions going. They just picking up. I'm going to show them to you. But if you got to go, you just have to go. And I respect that respectfully. So we're cooking fried potatoes and onions. Yes, Jeanette. I've been a trooper. And the pain that I've been in on social media, y'all have watched me do stuff to my home. Y'all have been there. Y'all have been so kind. Y'all been so sweet. Y'all been so good. Y'all been, look at that over there. I ain't even got no lights on, but look at my entertainment over there. That look good, don't it? Y'all been good to me. And I hope in return I've been good to you. We've had some memories. Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are more than my life. And I appreciate you all the people that I met, all the people that I engaged with, all the different things. Everything was a learning lesson, and I appreciate it so much. That's how I see it. I don't take nothing personal because I don't know nobody personally. And my life, if the cameras go off, I'm gonna still be here as long as the Lord say I'm gonna be here. And Some people know where to find me and some don't. But we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep living. So today, I want to tell y'all something. And this right here, I want y'all to hear me. All right? Because sometimes we use stuff, stuff that was meant to be hurtful. Because see, sometimes people don't realize the pattern in which we were taught to defame each other and treat each other bad. There's nothing wrong with being obedient to your leaders. There's nothing wrong with being faithful to your leaders, to your pastor, your spiritual leaders. There is absolutely nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with it. You understand what I'm saying? But when people become obedient to people, subject to people, y'all call them an Uncle Tom. You know, just like when people don't do what you want, folks say you an Indian giver. But there was a real Uncle Tom. And his name was Josiah Henson. And I want to talk a little bit about Josiah Henson. And how sometimes when you subject to your leaders and you are obedient and they begin to trust you, they have no reason not to. And they begin to open a door and a pathway for you and teach you stuff because they realize that you somebody that can be taught. A lot of times you can't teach people that don't want to be taught. Then they get mad when you learn. Have you ever noticed like some of your friends don't want to go off to school and get educated, and when you come back, they still doing the same thing they were doing when you left? Or some of y'all want to be so hard-headed and disobedient, and you end up in prison, the same place your mom and daddy kept telling you, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to end up in prison. And a lot of times when people would get mad because you didn't want to do like they want to do, you call them an Uncle Tom. And that's what they did to Josiah. Josiah was faithful to his master. He knew the outcome if he wasn't. So I want to tell you a little bit about him because he was born a slave in Maryland in 1789. So he was born up there in the DMV in 1789. He was a good man too. And somebody published an autobiography of him in 1849. And they wrote a book. It was a lady wrote a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin, Harriet Beecher's, in 1854. But he was not an Uncle Tom. He was just submissive to his leader who was white. But he became a hero to black people. This man was described in so many racist plays like Blackface. And they portrayed him like a man that did something against his people. But in actuality, he wasn't nothing like that. He got away through the Underground Railroad. And when he got away through the Underground Railroad, he made it to Canada. And when he made it to Canada, this man created his own town, his own community. And he had over 500 free slaves. And it was self-sufficient. That meant that community took care of themselves. And he ended up meeting Queen Elizabeth, and he met her in when did he meet her? Hold on. He met her, and he also was traveling to get money, and he met her, and I'll tell you when. But the name of his town was the Dawn Settlement, D-A-W-N, the Dawn Settlement. He met Queen Victoria in 1851 is when he met her. He traveled to Great Britain and he met Queen Victoria. And he raised money to take care of that community while he was out. He was also in the military. All right. He died in 1883. And in 1983, he was the first black to be put on a postal stamp in Canada. And he did a lot of things. You know, he was in the military. And he also was a part of an abolition. He didn't, you know, he fought for black rights. He traveled back and forth to the United States, freeing slaves, helping with the Underground Railroad. But they called him a sellout. They called him an Uncle Tom. And see, you have to be careful. Because sometimes, baby, even with me, people will get mad when they find out you're doing good. They'll get mad when they find out how great your stuff was. People get upset. We can't work good together. We can't work good together because, you know, people get upset when they realize, oh, you really do. You really do this. You really do this. You really got this. You really got that. You ain't pretending. And so, you know, a lot of times you bring people in and around you and they ain't ready. They not ready. They just not ready. So, you know, the next time you decide to call somebody an Uncle Tom, you got to understand what you're saying. And Uncle Tom was a real person. And to be quite honest with you, yes, the white people put a black face on and pretended to be him in plays. But we also sold him out. And we defamed him. Only because, see, you got to understand, how would he have been, if he would have been rebellious, and if he would have been hard-headed to his leader, he never would have had an opportunity to break free and run for his life through the Underground Railroad and become free. He also learned how to read. Yes, he did. And when he learned how to read, he went even harder. He went even harder in the rebellion. He became an abolitionist. He did not play. Let me tell you something. I wrote a lot of stuff down. He started the British American Institute, which taught employed slaves how to read. He became more of an activist. He returned several times to the United States to free the slaves. He was also a preacher. And he also served in the Canadian Army, leading a black militant unit, the Canadian Rebellion, in 1837. What we fail to understand is that black slaves, we fought in every war. Every war that there was, we fought in it. We fought in it. And we were put first in line because we were used to dodge the bullets. Knowing or not knowing what to do, we still had to go to war. There's so many things y'all need to read up on. Same way with the Tuskegee Airmen. You know, slaves could do everything on the ground, but they were not allowed to fly a plane. So the first set of black people to fly a plane, they weren't slaves, but they were blacks by now, was the Tuskegee Airmen, because they ended up being the best airmen that we had. And we got so much history that it's hard to put it all in 1 month. And I tell you this much, I don't know if I ever get my numbers back up. I may not. I may never get to 300, 400, 500 again. And I don't care. Because it's showing me right now in a time such as this, the people that run from the truth. And it's showing me in a time such as this, I'm going to see if my own stand with me. Because others, which are not of the fold, are leaving. Some people coming back to see if I'm done talking. Because they don't want to hear it. One of my publicists told me for YouTube, he said, when you cook, don't talk about stuff like that. They don't like it. He can forget it. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch it. If you can't take a moment and somebody's not defaming or degrading somebody, you can't take a moment. Let's look at these potatoes. And you can't take a moment to let me expound on some black history. You don't have to watch me. Because I'm going to do it. And I'm telling you right now. So it might just be that you go on about your business. Or what Tabitha said. And I'm not going to self-sabotage. You watch and see. Anytime a person has the decrease, there will be an increase. But it'll be an increase with the right people. That's what you fail to understand. You can have a whole army with you. But that don't mean they're with you. I'm looking for people that's with me. I'm not looking for people for the ride and think all I'm supposed to do is cook. If that's your calling, it ain't mine. It was just a bridgeway. I love to cook, but I don't cook every day. I'm going to keep on talking. I'm telling y'all. Too bad this is the past that we can't thank them today. You said that right, son. But it's just like anything else. I tell people all the time, Cindy daughter, it was white people as well. They opened their houses and their churches. Y'all, they have found so many passages to the Underground Railroad. There was a young lady in, she was in, I can't remember now. For some reason, I want to say Nebraska. But she bought a house, and they found out that the bottom of her house was a part of the Underground Railroad. And they had boarded up the tunnels to the best that they could. And she said when she went down to her basement, she kept finding all these little rooms. And room after room. And so they sent someone out, and they found out that her house was designed and was a part of it. History will repeat itself. It's going to. We had all these different things that have taken place before. Yes, in my area, Underground Railroad. So, Cindy, where are you at? Are you in Indiana? Ohio? Well, we fail to understand, we headed toward a Great Depression. We had a Great Depression in the 1920s. We're dealing now with the same things that had happened prior to when outbreaks happened when my mama was growing up. She was talking about the pandemic, the epidemic that happened with the flu and the whooping coughs and the pneumonia. And we grew up learning to live with it. The next generations will learn to live with corona. See, knowledge is power, and you can't erase the past. You can't. Somebody had one day said, well, we can't go to the past. Yes, you're going to have to go to the past. I was on a panel on TikTok, and I said, yeah, you got to go to the past. They said, well, you can't undo the past. You can't undo it, but the past brings you into your present. You can't get rid of the Old Testament just for the New Testament. Yes, Ohio. That's what I thought, Cindy, when you said, I thought it was Ohio. Yeah, it's a lot of houses. And the pathway that it led, that's your pathway. That's your Underground Railroad. This girl sounds so dumb on TikTok talking about it ain't no such thing as no Underground Railroad. It wasn't no railroad system. If you smart enough to travel, and do y'all know how the Underground Railroad started? Do y'all realize that a lot of people only traveled on the main roads that they trotted out with their horse and their buggy? So Harriet and different people had to travel through areas and stuff that they knew was vegetation. And they knew that if they listened to that river, they were raised from Africa to hear the sound of the river. And as long as they followed the river banks, that they would get to their different destinations. And they started marking things. They had to leave certain things, certain trails. They were brilliant people to be able to do that and to take that and run it over and over and get people to Virginia and Pennsylvania and get them from the South, to get them to freedom. They were brilliant. They had to use Lake Michigan and different places to get them to Canada. They were brilliant. That's a lot. To be able to use your ears, and then people open up their homes that did not believe. Everybody didn't believe the same way. They couldn't have done it without white people as well. Churches were burnt down. The white people houses and churches were burnt down. All that kind of stuff. They would hide them in their lofts, in their attics. We didn't have no loft and attic to put nobody. I'm 70 years old and I don't remember any of this stuff Trump is doing, and the Senate and the Congress is allowing all he is doing. Well, it's two different things you're talking about, Jardine, Miss Jerry. We're talking on two different things. You 70 years old. If you 70 years old, you should have heard of the Great Depression. And if you're 70 years old, you went through some stuff, because my mama's 83. And so I don't know how you haven't never heard of this, because y'all were the foundations that Martin Luther King fought for. So all he's trying to do is undo what was already been put in place. So you've heard of it. But what you're paying attention to now is somebody trying to undo it. See, that's why when I grew up in my grandmama's house, and you did too, and everybody know it's the truth, you had only certain pictures hung up in your grandmama's house. You was going to have Martin Luther King, and you was going to have JFK, and you was going to have Felix the Cat. Baby, JFK was welcoming everybody's house. Every black person was going to have a picture of that handsome white man with that side part and them greenish gray eyes in their living room, because he was helping us. We were going to have Martin Luther King, and we were going to have Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. We was going to have him. Now, I don't know how you didn't know. If you 70, you know, because my mama know. Baby, you got to know. I don't know how you don't know what he doing. It's in reverse mode. He's trying to undo what has been done. You know? Just how people right now try to undo and tell us that the Bible, all the Bible ain't real, which it is real. Now, how it was used is how it was used, but the word of God ain't going to fail. It's real. But how it was used, yes, that was wrong. But then people going to tell you, you got Hebrew Israelites tell you that we wrong because we ain't talking Hebrew. Baby, I ain't going to talk Hebrew. Why do I need to talk Hebrew? Hebrew ain't spoken in this area that I live. We ain't all got to have the same language. The Tower of Babylon did that. Baby, let me tell you something. Martin Luther King wasn't even the first one that did I Have a Dream. It was a young black lady at a church thing. She was speaking and she kept saying, I have a dream that one day. And then y'all know Martin Luther King's song was a part of the scripture that says, I have a reel for projector for Felix the Cat. You got one of the reels, the red one. Martin Luther King, he used that scripture that, you know, the high places, you know, that the crooked, you know, made straight, and the high places that he would bring down. We wrote a song about it. Y'all know, he'll make the darkness light before thee. Whatever is wrong, he'll make it right before thee. All thy battles he will fight them for you, and the high place God said I'll bring down. You know, that was a part of his speech. With an everlasting love, I'll love you. Baby, these are almost done. I'm going to tell you, I don't really like to put that much grease in mine, to be quite honest. This just got a squishy bit too much for me. I just don't like mine. I like them crunchy, and I like them good. I just don't like to waste stuff, and I don't like to waste my oil and all that good stuff. These about ready. About. Gotta get a little more crunch on them. Y'all know we gotta have them crunches on there. Y'all know good well that potato ain't right without that crunchy edge. You already know. And the reason why I don't want to talk about politics, not because I'm scared that people are going to leave because I don't care. It's because I'm sitting here waiting. I'm not going to be redundant and repeat myself over and over. I'm watching. The Bible says watch as well as pray. I don't like to waste oil, and I put just a little bit too much in here. That's all. It ain't no big deal, but I just, at this time, I don't want to waste nothing. You know, we get a lot of stuff imported, and things are going to be very high. I'm going to the store today. Things are going to get up. And so if you like what you like, you better get it. Because I can't even understand the bird flu. The eggs is high, but the chicken ain't. But if the chicken got the bird flu, and the egg came out the chicken, wouldn't the egg have it? Wouldn't the chicken have it? 5 in the bed and the little one said roll over. Because I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? I get confused. I get so weak. blood started racing through my veins. I don't know. But I'm not going to talk about it every day because there's just so many things you got to sit back and you have to research. And there's a lot of people got voters remorse right now. And rightfully so. The same way when Biden was in there, y'all had voters remorse for him. Will it just veggies in there? You can use it for something else. Yeah. I'm going to just scoop it out in my container anyway and drain it while I'm here. So I'm not going to pour it away. I'll figure out something. I can clean it also. Well, somebody just said that they're not going to put the tariffs on Mexico. I don't know. I'm not going to use Sam's though. Don't go to Sam's. And I'm not going to Walmart. I'm not going to Publix. I go to Kroger's and I go to Costco and I go to my store because they supported the DEI, and I feel like I'm not gonna give you my money. I'm not gonna force you for black business, and I'm not gonna force my money. I'm gonna keep my money in my community. We gonna have to open up our own stores. I told y'all that a long time ago. I said they're gonna be buildings sitting there waiting for us to go and inhabit. Who remember that? I said we're going to have buildings waiting on us to come in and inhabit and live. I said that. I said that. Yes. Never too old to learn. And that's what's gonna happen. I'm not, y'all. What? Hold on one second. I'm not gonna sit there and give my money to. I'm not gonna sit there and take my money to Walmart. And you, time he mentioned the DEA, you was done. Nah. I'm gonna have to get somebody else. And I don't want nobody to come with no crap. Not with me. Because I'll go deep with you. Don't come saying, well, we need to be independent on our... We need to. But it's the principles behind it. Some people, I can't stand when somebody be so quick to turn against somebody or get in other people's business. And it ain't got... They let you know how you are. You real quick. I had a chick come to my event. I don't even know her. And she was real quick to decide and turn against me. And I'm like, wait a minute. See, that's how I like mine. And I'm draining it, right? And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put it in here. That's how I'm doing it. Okay? And then I'll figure out something else with this grease. But I like a good crunch on my potato. So that's what I'm doing. You don't have to do yours this way. I look for them. I grab them. I'm not going to let them burn. And I make room for the other ones. And I'm not going to quit talking. So Black History is not going to end on this page. It's not going to end. And whenever I feel like opening up something, talking on it, I'm going to. Because it is my heritage. You know. We need more Shirley Chisholms. Honey, we need more people. We need more. We need to pay attention and listen. You need to watch as well as pray. You can't talk on... I see what's going on like y'all do. But, you know, I don't want to wear people out. It's so much more going on. I'm working on my history right now. I need to get somewhere and be still and write a book. I want to write something so profound and it be released after I die. And that it'll set my family up for the rest of their life. You can't always live for the now. And I won't even be here to enjoy it. But It make me feel good to know my seed will be blessed. That's how I see that. It ain't always for you, it's for your seed. Did you know that you're supposed to put stuff in your kids' name? Did you go read that? You're supposed to put stuff in your children's name, in your children's name. Generational things, generational wealth. That's why you got a lot of grandparents now. They buying stocks and bonds and putting it in their grandkids' name. They buying property and putting it in their grandkids and their great-grandkids' name. Especially people that have done well and fared well. So that they can have generational treasures they making trusts and putting all this stuff in there for them. That's beautiful to me. And that way you'll see. Now if that generation don't continue it, then that's on them. Y'all see what I'm doing? So over here I'm putting them in here. Right? I'm putting it in there. And I love a good crunch. See? And so I'm going to let these get that little crunch on them. And then we ready. As much as I'm going to have to bake, I don't know what I can do when it comes to these eggs. That's why I say you don't never know what's going to happen. So many people done put all their money in the restaurants. Next thing you know, they won't let these folks own these Ubers. Because they already can't own them in Las Vegas. Oh, I don't go to Walmart no more. Walmart don't get my money. Not mine. Target won't get my money. They can go on and go out of business as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to go to Costco when I get ready to buy in bulk. I will be purchasing from Costco. Okay, so I'm going to turn these off, this last set off. Because I didn't like the fact what Walmart did. So I don't need Sam and his greedy kids and his ungrateful kids. See, what I can't stand is that everybody ain't had the opportunity to know what it's like to have everything given to you. Everybody don't know what it's like. So what we can do is take these last set out. Everybody don't know. Everybody don't have a clue what it's like to live a lavish life and everything. Some of us don't even have a clue. Our grandparents couldn't leave us nothing. They wanted to. They were barely making it. And then some of us, our parents got more than we had. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. You done sit around and sold grandmama house for a measly 50 grand. Cause all y'all see is dollar signs. Don't see love no more. Love will make you live together. Don't worry. God got a way of bringing love back in the equation. Faith, hope, and charity. But the greatest is love, baby. The greatest is love. All right, and just like that, we're done. We are finished. And I can fix a plate for y'all. I don't really worry about it. I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all might think I'm crazy. Can I be honest with y'all? I ain't worried. I look at how old I am. And I look at what the word of God say and what's going to come to pass. I ain't worried. I ain't more so worried. I done learned to accept what God allowed. And I'm not worried. And I did not read nowhere in the Bible that said that we were going back in slavery. And so y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. I don't believe it. I know better. The word of God don't say it. You show me, and I'll show you. I can tell you what the word say. It said we win. So no, I don't believe him. I'm finna put my things up in a windowsill. We don't have an Albertson store. New Birth Churches boycotting Target May 5th through the 15th. They need to continue to just leave it alone. Walmart is extremely rich. Their family don't have the need for nothing. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something, DeMadre. Walmart still ain't the richest group of people. Okay? The Rothschilds is the richest group of people. They have branched out into space and all this other stuff. Even when you got a lot of money ain't a lot of money. Folks don't care if you got millions now. They looking for trillions. They looking for some of that money overseas. Some of them people, them sheiks and all of that. Let's fix this plate. They looking for all that. I ain't worried. I don't worry about tomorrow. I can't explain it to y'all. But I do cook what I got at my house. Eating out ain't gonna be over here. And I cook whatever, and when it's done, it's done. When it's done, it's done. And all money ain't good money. And I may not be rich, but I know how to live poor. I know how to make it. I know how to survive. Lord bless and stretch it. So here, I have some fried potatoes and onions. I got 2 wings. I got more wings in the freezer. And I'm going to eat a little something. I'm not even trying to boycott nothing. I'm just not going. I'm done. Because people going to be who they going to be. But when middle class realize how powerful they are, quit buying. Just stop buying. You ain't got to buy from them. I ain't buying from them. You ain't gotta go to Publix. You ain't gotta go to Walmart, Sam. You don't have to, because if they go out of business, I'm finna give me some ketchup now. I like mayonnaise and ketchup. If they go out of business, it'll be a new store with a new name. Hold on, let me turn the light on. I got a new name. Oh, in Zion. Then I didn't have no lights on. And it's mine. Mine, oh mine. I got a new name. Y'all don't ask me no questions because I don't eat much. Everybody know I don't. I'm going through a little something. So this is more than enough food for me. I'm not fixing no big plate because I ain't gonna eat it. I get full easy, and if I eat too much, I get sick. And I got my ginger ale. Yeah, I'm not gonna fool with them. I understand it might be an inconvenience, but you know what? I know if I need something that bad, somebody will run me to town. Somebody will take me to another store. I don't care if Walmart is close to your house. Did I say blessing and stretching in Jesus' name? I meant to. Honey, Lord, blessing and stretch it. See, I know how to live poor. Because my mama would tell us to blessing and stretch it because that's all we weren't going to get in there now. And one thing I loved about my parents, my mama didn't have but what she had. And my mama would be the last person to eat. Lord have mercy, I'm about to start crying. Woo. Sometimes my mom be the last person to eat. Or she don't make sure her ugly kids eat. She eat the neck, the back. Or you say, Mama, eat. She say, I'm all right. Or get in the kitchen and nibble off of what you didn't finish. Don't tell me. That's why you honor your mother and father. Talk back. All these kids cussing in front of their parents. I don't go for it. My mama, she was hungry. But she sit there and say, y'all gonna eat. And then my daddy plate will be in the oven. And sometimes my mama would fast. She'd go on the fast. My mama would go on a fast, y'all. And there wasn't no fast to lose no weight. And she always cooked fried potatoes and onions because she knew it would fill us up. Y'all, we would have pinto beans or white beans or butter beans, fried potatoes and onions, homemade biscuits, and whatever piece of meat she could scandal up. I didn't even want it. But either I was going to eat, and like, we thought we was going to eat all the bologna sandwiches up. My daddy put a stop to that. You ate what was put on your plate. And I remember she would fry the fatback. And the fatback was our meat. And we ate it with our biscuit. Fatbacks and biscuits is good. And white beans with fried potatoes and onion. And one day my cousin, she was pregnant. She came down there and she said, Cutting Jean, will you please cook me some of that fatback with the fried potatoes? She was craving something that was poor meals. But we grown now, honey. She craving that stuff. I'm like, And now I'm older. Man, we going down to my mama's this Saturday. We're going to celebrate her birthday and Christmas. But I know how to live poor. And I love it. I only got 4. But I'm going through this little phase in my body. When I started to eat too much, I gagged. And I ain't had no gastric bypass surgery either. I just can't eat nothing. Yeah, fatback and biscuits. So, Black history is very important to me. And I think now I realize why I have such a strong love for Detroit. I didn't know why. But ever since I visited Detroit, I just love Detroit. I just love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. More than any place I've been. I didn't know why. And I love Hilton Head, South Carolina. I've only been a couple of times. Some places, I don't never have to go back to again. Oh, yeah, we didn't get rid of nothing. Mama had bacon grease. Cousin, sister, friends used to smell like whatever grease that was on the stove. I don't want no bread, y'all. I can't handle no bread. Hey, Miss Billy White. We had a good time. And I'm going to tell you something. Growing up, I ain't thought no more. Mama say, you want some McDonald's? Go take some of that leftover meatloaf and put it between the bread. Make you a meatloaf sandwich. where you about $49.50 when you started. $49.50 what? When I started what, Monique? Who you talking to? Was I 49 or 50 when I started what? I have always, when trimming meat for fat, put in the freezer. Well, yeah. And you know what, Cindy? I was talking to this butcher during the holidays, and you used to could go get a bag of fat for $2. I used to like to get beef fat. Because what I used to do is season my water. I would put my water on and just boil that beef fat before I made my soup. And he told me half of the stuff coming in already trimmed. And that they charge you a lot for that beef fat. And they used to sell it if you go to a farm, but now what they do is they take it and recycle it and put it in the ground beef. Yes, you have McDonald's at home, y'all. I am done. These 2 wings got me. But now, Cindy, they don't want to halfway sell it to you. They want to recycle it, put it in the ground beef. I don't know what she was talking about. These kids not eat out too much. They sure do. And they don't like vegetables. I have to force vegetables on Avery. And now I won't eat them at all. She used to eat out. She eat out all the time. Yeah, a lot of people up north came from the South. They did. They were from Alabama and Georgia. It's a lot. I'm trying to teach y'all stuff we didn't learn in school. Because I could talk about Rosewood. I could talk about the triple eight. You just watched that. And I'm eating like my grandmama. She used to eat like that. You cup your finger. And your finger was your silverware. That's how you used to eat. I done ate these wings, y'all. I'm full. I am really full. I don't know how long I've been on here. My husband bought beef fat and grind it. Yes. And I love deer. Let me tell y'all something. Don't sleep on deer. My brother Lamar, he hunts. We call him Coon. I like this crunch. And he go out and he hunt everything. I love when you turn your camera on. And Monique, I turned it on in 2020. I was 51. I'm 56. I'll be 57. My brother, I love raccoon. I don't want no possum. I like rabbit. I done made y'all rabbit. But let me tell y'all what I've been watching. And I love it. And I wish I had the land that Jeanette had. Because she sit on a lot of acres. Oh, let me tell you something about that black man I was telling y'all about. Josiah. He bought 200 acres of land in Canada. And he started his own town in Canada. So, you can call him an Uncle Tom. But baby, he bought 200 acres of land. I like deer. I love deer sausage. I like deer. Deer is very lean. And just like Joy said, you're allergic to deer meat? Wow. Cindy, you allergic to deer meat? Ain't never heard nobody be allergic to deer. Ain't that something? Deer is so lean, you have to incorporate other fat in it. To pull it, to make it have some, because it don't have no fat on it. And you got to know how to do that. My brother know how to do it. And you have to cook the wild out that deer. You got to know how to soak that wild out of it. You got to know what to do when you doing that deer. He can cook it real good. Yeah. A lot of people from up north migrated. That's why we always say our kinfolk from in the city. I'm allergic to trout. Oh, okay. Ooh, wee. Yeah, Jim Head on about 40 acres or more. I love a dill roast. Now I didn't realize my brother go deer hunting, but boy, certain places, those deers look like human beings. They got muscles. Get y'all gas-powered generator ready. Stay. Oh, well, I'm not up north. I ain't gonna get turned off. It won't hit us. It won't hit us. It will hit New York and Wisconsin and Chicago and Detroit and all of them, but he ain't gonna turn my power off. The prime minister ain't. And if he do, the sale of generators gonna go up. And I would hate to fall out with Canada, because Canada is our neighboring country that we've always got along with. And I would hate that. And it makes no sense right now. We all have to be careful, because we are really caught up in a battle of power, right? He say, she say, I got more power than you got. You gonna do it my way? No, you gonna do it my way. And we're caught in the middle. I think about Michael Jackson. He said it's too high to get over, too low to get under, stuck in the middle, and the pain is thunder. And we got to love each other through it. I got to love you. You got to realize us Democrats and Republicans have got to come together to fix this thing. Chicago, New York, Maine, Wisconsin, California, and Michigan. Yeah. I don't know. Yep, people can be allergic to deer meat, like I had itchy and light red. I didn't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. Just like the lady said she was allergic to trout. I just had never heard it. I'm not saying you're wrong. You have to go out and come back in. We're going to have to learn how to survive. And even if we do learn how to survive, we still ain't going to be here forever. Right now, we just don't know. Don't nobody know. I'm not trying to be smart. Don't nobody know. Neither side know. We don't know. Republicans don't know. Democrats don't know. No. I'm telling you, Cindy, I'm not questioning you. I'm telling you, you taught me something. I did not know that. You know, if you're allergic to deer meat, you're allergic to it. I didn't know. I had never heard nobody say it before. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to Google it. I take you at your word. You don't have no reason to lie. People be allergic to... I can't take penicillin and some more things. So, I don't know. And sometimes you can grow up thinking you can't have peanut butter, and then when you get older you can have it, and sometimes it's not that. You can't have certain nuts, and sometimes you can't have macadamia nuts, but you can have peanuts. But oh, you not allergic. You looked it up to see if whoever it was. I don't know who said it then. I thought you said it. See, somebody said they're allergic to jalapenos. I just know we got so much going on. And boy, every time I turn around and somebody I know, it didn't bother me, because everybody I knew I didn't look in the newspaper and know them. But now every time I look in the newspaper, I know that person that died. Or the funeral home director. I be like, Lord have mercy. When I think of the power going out, I think of the movie The Purge, when crazy folk get in their minds to unleash havoc. Well, I don't want to discuss it because I'm going to be honest with you, Travis. I don't know which side you leaning on. All I know is I said a long time ago, these things were going to happen and we need to get somewhere and pray and be ready. I said whole business is going to be left with everything in it for us to walk in and inhabit. If the first is going to be last and the last is going to be first. A lot of people are going to be mad when poor people rise up and be rich and rich people end up being poor. The difference is that some people love their money so much. If we go through another pandemic, the same thing, or we go through a Great Depression, the same thing that happened with the first Great Depression, this is going to be the great. The first thing that happened is what they did to themselves. And they'll do it again because some people would rather leave this world than to be poor. I lean on the side, okay, well, then you understand what I'm trying to say spiritually. And that's just it. The fact of love covers that multitude of faults, like I tell y'all when I end my life. But I've been telling y'all this. And we slept on it, and we laughed on it, and people talked about me, and they said I was too spiritual, and they said this, and they said that. But the truth of the matter is coming to pass. And I said, some of the biggest stores, y'all ain't gonna find them no more. I said, you ain't gonna have Macy's. I sit on my front porch, and I named everything, and I told y'all everything God let me see. And it's coming to pass. And I said, get your stuff. It's going to be off the shelves. You ain't going to be able to buy stuff. This going to happen. That's going to happen. And I was not talking about the rapture when I said it. So now we're at a crossroads. And there's a big old ocean, a sea in front of us. And you know what I say? I say, Moses, except the Lord do it. Except he do it. We gonna labor in vain. If you can't stand to live a poor life, to the fact that you take yourself out of here, that's sad. Because living poor ain't bad. It's just a lifestyle. I don't miss what I ain't never had. I ain't never lived in no mansion. I can't tell you. I know I'm promised one if I make it to heaven, but I ain't miss no mansion. I don't miss no concerts because I'm not gonna pay that much to go. I don't know nothing about no Beyonce concert. I ain't gonna miss it. I ain't gonna miss eating out no fancy restaurants because I don't. I'm not gonna start turning around there and telling you I spent 10 and 20,000 on vacation because I ain't never done it. I have never. And when I looked to see how that cruise was gonna be, I said I wasn't going. I wasn't going for two reasons. It was too high, and the second thing is that my back. And anytime we start liking stuff, anytime it's something we like, they go up on the price. Soon as you realize everybody was doing cruises after the pandemic, now the cruises are so unaffordable. And I have to live after this. You know, I have to use wisdom. I have to live after this. Nobody gonna lend me no money if I go blow my money. Ain't nobody gonna give me nothing. Ain't nobody gonna pay what I need. Ain't nobody gonna get my medication when I don't know how high medicine is gonna be. And all you're getting, you get an understanding. I told y'all over and over that the Lord told me to stop. That was my last reunion. I don't have another reunion this year. And I didn't. And y'all kept saying, have one more. No. Not having one more. Because I knew what was coming. And I sat on my porch one day last year and I told y'all, I said, I'm going to quit telling y'all everything because some of y'all not there yet. I had said that right before I told y'all, when I said, y'all, we in war, y'all just don't know it. The next thing you know, 2 or 3 weeks later, they announced that we were in war to help Ukraine. So I understand that there's a season for everything under the sun. And there are going to be some people still be wasteful and doing everything that they want to do. And then when things start hitting hard, they ain't gonna have nothing to fall on. You got to learn how to be a good steward over what you got. You don't have to have a lot. You got to be a good steward over what you got. If that make any sense. You don't have to have a lot. But you got to learn how to take care of what you got. Or you'll be like the book of Haggai when he said it'll be like putting your money in a bag with holes in it. The hardest person to tell no is yourself. I'm content in the state I'm in. If everybody go away that I done met, I'm going to still have Eddie and my family right here. Y'all don't see me until I turn my camera on. So I'm content in the state. I'm a homebody. I don't have to go everywhere. I don't have to go on vacation. I don't have to go. I have not been on vacation since 2022 or 21. One of them. I don't go nowhere. I'm all right. I don't have to go nowhere. The last cruise I went on was 2021. That's probably going to be my last one. And the last airplane I rode was 2021. I hadn't been to no store buying nothing. I bought a skirt during Christmas. I got so many clothes. I got clothes in storage. I don't need no more. I can eat a tuna sandwich. I can eat a bologna sandwich. I've been eating tuna. I don't have to have crab legs. I ain't never got a craving for them. I can open up a can of tuna and eat it, make my patties and just eat it. Eat it with a little mustard on it. Eat it without it on it. I just have learned to be content. And I've never lived a lavish life. I've just never did that. I used to always tell myself, I want to have at least $1,000 for every year me and Eddie been married. Then I said, I want to double it for every year that we've been married. And so forth and so forth and so forth. And can it be done? Yeah, it can be done. You just have to deny yourself. I love me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Then I love me just a peanut butter with bananas on a sandwich. I don't have to go nowhere. I like to be around, visit family. But like saying, oh, I ain't been on no vacation in this many years. I could care less. I got to come back and live. And I'm not finna live and use my paycheck up and come back here and cry because I ain't got no money because I had no business taking that flight. And all you're getting, you get an understanding. Can you stand to be blessed? Or will you blow it? Can you stand to be blessed, or will you do with what you're supposed to? And don't get me wrong. And this for all the people looking in the bushes. All the way in the bushes. Don't get it wrong. You do what you want to with your money. You never get mad at nobody else for not doing what they don't want to. It's their money. I didn't make nobody come to my reunion. You came because you wanted to come and you could afford it. And if it's not affordable and it's not feasible, then you do what you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, you ain't paying nobody bill. If you couldn't come, like all y'all that told me y'all couldn't come, I understand you couldn't make it. You just couldn't make it. You see what I'm saying? But if you can afford to go on vacation, you go on vacation. I'm not dogging nobody for going on vacation. So don't look in no bushes and go drag nothing, which I don't care who you're going to drag it to. But ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. I promise you that. But you do what you can do. And if you can do it and come back and all your bills be paid and you live good, ain't nothing wrong with it. As for me and my house, baby, I go up and down. Up and down in my body. And I have to have these procedures. And they cost money. And I have to have medicine. And I got to get into physical therapy. And I'm just trying to hold this body up as long as God don't allow me to be here. I don't want to get off somewhere and hurt myself and can't get home. I'm scared for all that kind of stuff now. I have to be careful I'm up in age. I'm not the age I was when I started out. And my children were saying that to me, Mom, we got to get somewhere. You don't need to be going and doing this and doing that. I ain't going, and we ain't going, and this one ain't going. And I feel the same way. I remember when my mom and daddy, they was in their 50s when they went to Canada. My mama might have been 50, daddy might have been 57 or something. I was like, y'all going to Canada? You going to Canada? Oh no, they was on a bus at that. And they went to Canada through New York. And I said, y'all going to Canada? I just worried about my mom and daddy till they came back. And it was a whole bus full. That's when people used to take the bus trips. And our cousin Laura got it together. And they all left. We stayed up that night. I remember staying up to go see my mom and daddy off at the churchyard. And I thought, God, they going, ain't none of us going. None of us kids went. Mom was like, me and your daddy be all right. And I was like, God, mom and daddy going out of town. Yeah, they had a good time. But when you get a certain age, your kids don't want you going places without them. And stuff just too expensive. They are pricing us out. Listen, I called to check on a place I normally rent in Myrtle Beach. They want it for 7 days. Almost $7,000. That's like $1,000 a day. And that didn't have nothing to do with the gas. It didn't have nothing to do with the groceries. It didn't have nothing to do if I rented a car. It had nothing to do with entertainment. Now ask yourself a question. If you can't save $10,000 in a whole year, why would you spend it for 1 week? If it take you a whole year to save $5,000, why would you spend 10 in 1 week? Do you need a vacation that bad that you would go through, for some people my age, at least that could pay your mortgage for 10 months? Would you spend a whole year of mortgage or rent for 1 week? I don't need a vacation that bad. Perhaps you do. For me, I ain't got nothing stressing me out. I'm not depressed. When I look over my life, my family doing fine. My marriage is fine. I'm gonna holler and scream at Eddie when I want to. He gonna tell me to shut up when he wants to. He my husband. He can do it. But you better not try. He'll get you on me now. I do it. And he tells me to get somewhere and shut up. And I do it. And I be needing him to tell me that, because I don't like to push over a man. So, you know, I don't need a vacation that bad. I don't even right now, I'm going to be honest, what has got me right now, I don't even want to get on a plane. I don't know if this is designed to put fear factors in us. But when you got too many countries mad at you, and you don't know, do you realize that Israel bombs Israel? Do you realize they destroy their own country? Do you realize we could be just like a war zone like Israel? If people start bombing over here, says Musk has gained access to the system that writes American checks. Well, get ready for the mark of the beast. I tried to tell y'all. Y'all let this Canadian, schizophrenic, South African, Canadian man I don't care. Every Republican and Democrat ought to be mad. Every one of us ought to be upset. I don't care what nobody says. Cindy, you ought to be mad, and I ought to be mad. I'm so disappointed in Donald to let Elon Musk run our world, our country. I'm so upset. You got a whole cabinet full of people that you got working for you. A whole cabinet. And you finna let this joker just destroy us. I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna admit it. How in the world Or y'all gonna sit around here and let Muskie Buskie be over the Republicans? He's a Democrat. See, something wrong with this. You sitting up there letting a Democrat call shots. Cindy, you on him? Because Cindy looked stuff up. Cindy, did you know Muskie was a Democrat? He ain't changed no party. He ain't changed no party. I ain't talking about was. I'm talking about he still is. Well, why do we need somebody that's here on a visa messing with our stuff? I don't believe neither party appreciates this. I don't believe the Republicans or the Democrats like this. This man has been wanting access to our federal government files, to Social Security and everything. Now y'all saying he got access to our checking system? If I was a Republican, I would be like, but there's demons and Republicans there, but there's demos and Republicans. I know that, Cindy, but what I'm saying is he not a citizen. He here on a visa. Why is he doing anything? We got capable, smart Republicans and Democrats. I don't know how they friend. I don't know all that. Money. He gave him a $500 million. You'll be somebody's friend too if they gave you $500 million. I don't know. I ate that cookie and got nervous. I just think we got our own people in the United States and he ain't no citizen. He here on a visa. Now he need to mind his business and go on back to Canada. Because we already know BRICS don't like us. BRICS. And y'all know what it stands for. So why in the world do we have anybody from any of those countries being our friend? I don't like that, Joy. I don't like that. Americans don't like that. Real Americans don't like it. Muskie gotta go. That's our problem. That's our problem starter. I'm telling y'all. Muskie gotta go. You gotta be crazy. He has American and Canadian citizenship. When did he get American citizenship? When did he gain it? I thought he was here on a visa. I thought when he did his little talk on Twitter that he indicated that he was here on a visa and that he wanted to get more people here from on a visa. I'm so disappointed. I read an article about Muskie. He came from South Africa to Canada and is a Canadian citizen, and an article said he's an American citizen too. How many states, how many countries can one have? I'm curious how many countries you meant. I'm curious years and years ago. I wonder how long ago, Cindy. Because I don't see no need for him. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. He ain't got one political backbone. He invested in Tesla. He didn't create it. He ain't the founder of Tesla. He just got rich. He put some money. I don't like him. I don't like him now. He looked too much like Nazi. He looked too much like a Nazi. I don't like his demeanor. And it's something off about him. He acts like he almost like a robot. I first heard Musk had Canadian citizenship, and I believe he's from South Africa. But he left there and went to Canada. He was already in Canada by the time he was 17 years old, I think. But something is very off, sinister about him, almost demonic. And the way he twitches, and the way he looks and do his neck like this, and look around like he's sensing stuff. I don't know. Muskie has been a U.S. citizen since 2002. He is a Nazi. That's why. Is he? He done that big old salute. You know, Isaac, I wonder. I just don't think. I think I'm gonna be honest with you, and ain't no Republicans gonna tell the truth. They don't want to admit it. But I think that the Christians know that this man is pushing toward digital money, and he's pushing toward us having to receive the mark of the beast. That's what I think. I think that's what Muskie is doing. And I don't think nobody likes it. When I say nobody, the Republicans are not asleep. They don't like this. And if he don't get Muskie out the way, they're gonna impeach him. His own people gonna get him out of there. Cause that Muskie guy doing too much. He's messing with federal jobs, federal access. He doing a whole lot of stuff. And I just believe in my spirit that the Republicans don't like this no more than the Democrats. Now, let me take Republican and Democrat off of it. Americans don't like it. Bump a political party. Bump it. America don't like it. We don't like stuff like this. This is too much for us. America don't like this. I'm going to leave it like that. As an American, I don't like this. Bump a political party. I ain't talking about no political party. We don't like this. This is doing too much. And as Christians, and we know the word of God, we can see what he's trying to do, and he's forcing it. We don't like that. That fake money, that digital currency, those signs he was throwing were Nazi. Yeah, I saw him do it. I saw him do that Heil Hitler sign. Hit himself hard and straighten his hand out. I saw him. We don't like it. It don't matter what party you are. We don't like that. Ain't nobody gonna admit it. But you say you're proud to be an American. Yeah, as an American, I don't like it. I don't care what you say. Cindy don't like it. I don't care what you say. Bump political parties. We the people, the ones in order to form a more perfect union. We don't like that. And I don't like it. I feel like he got a whole staff. You don't need this man telling you what to do. He calling more orders than the man that's 45, 47. No. This got to stop. This got to stop. He know how to see. That's what I don't like. We getting rid of people that are not legally citizens around here. But we take them through so much to become citizens. But people with money, they say they want to be a citizen, and they're a citizen just like that. I know somebody that's been waiting. They done had their kids and still can't get citizenship. But he got it in 2002. And don't get me wrong. 45, 47. His parents from Germany. His dad is a German. His mama is from Scotland. But 45, 47 love his kids. He took care of his kids. 45, 47 did. I just can't see him gonna let this man go too deep as he going. Now, I might be wrong. Because Muskie got 12 kids by 3 different women. And one of his boys is a trans. And Muskie coming after them trans hard. Muskie coming after them trans hard. Yeah, I know he bought Donna. I know that. I just cannot believe that America's okay with this. I really can't. I cannot believe that Americans are. Cindy, are you okay with this? I ain't okay with this. This man tearing us apart. I ain't okay with this. I'm not okay with it. I'm just talking about as Americans now. We just have to wait and see. But it's nerving. I can't. You right, Cindy, but I don't know. Something don't feel right. Because see, I know before that mark of the beast come, I know God gonna get his people out of here. We ain't supposed to go through the great tribulation. We ain't supposed to go through the great tribulation. I think this ain't no God. This seemed very demonic to me. That's why you're supposed to pray for those that got rule over you. Y'all supposed to pray for 45, 47. And I hope when we pray for him, something snap and he see what that man doing. He gonna see what that man doing. If we be praying for him, he gonna see what that man doing. That man up to evil stuff. That man up to evil. And I'm telling y'all, that Muskie man evil. And I don't know how he made his money. His story is so relaxed. Some people sell their souls to the devil. Y'all remember that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? When that man could play the guitar so good because he said he sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads in Mississippi. It's something very sinister about him. You got to be careful. And I don't think he liked 45, 47. I don't think Muskie liked 45, 47. But this was the only way he could have power over us in the United States. See, I think, I go way back in my mind. Let me tell you something, Joy Evans. I think he playing 45, 47. And I think if we be praying for our leaders, I think when 45, 47 find out a lot of stuff, I pray to God that he snap and get that man out of here. Because right now, he doing too much. And I think, I'm waiting. But I believe 45, 47 finna renege. I think he's scared too. Because all the money that was given to him. But it's getting to be a little too much now. And I think he realized the future is his son and his children. And if he his grandchildren. I do. I just feel in my spirit something ain't right. You saying too much now. Shh. I feel you. Okay, be quiet. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. BJ Perry said Trump. I don't know. Travis Jones said Trump and Trudeau paused tariffs to Canada, U.S. after a phone call this evening. Pause for 1 month, similar to Mexico. So basically now everybody's tariffs is off except for China. So right now we done paused Canada and Mexico, right? So the only one right now would be China. It was only 3 countries. Trump see it. He is afraid. That's what I think he afraid. I think he's afraid too. Hey, Tanya, girl, how you doing? What you know about me? Big T-A-N-Y-A. Correct, tariffs apart. Right. And what I'm saying is, it's T-A-R. What I'm saying is, so it's only one more, China. Yeah, China is the big bulker anyway. China is what everything made in America. And that's to me, we don't want to mess with them either. But only 1 month, he was trying to bully those countries, but Canada and Mexico said, no, sir. Did anyone watch I didn't. Huh? He was trying to bully, yeah, okay. Yeah. Diana Ross, all that. And she's 80 years young, looking gorgeous. Oh, no, I didn't see Diana. Yes. Well, you know what? If you do everything together, if you're going to do 30 days, that's going to put us in March. TikTok is April. China still got tariffs. Oh, Lord. Y'all better Benny Hanna Suki saw it showing me. Benny Hanna terry chicken, sweet and sour terry chicken, chicken, nothing had them. Oh, so it's always sweet and sour sauce. We're not going to have none of that. Oh, Benny Hanna. Baby. Baby, Benny Hanna. Sweet and sour service chicken. Jenna Sophie. Eat all her. Baby. That's my Chinese. Benny Hanna Terry chicken, sweet and sour, fish right? I don't know. I think he's scared though. I don't like this man. This man wicked, and I think he's controlling. And I hope somebody get in Trump ear and really tell him it's time to take Muskie out and get him out the way. And I think that whatever Trump's decision gonna be, it's gonna be a hard decision. But I think when he get through doing whatever he gotta do, he's gonna remove this bird, and he gonna remove it and undo everything quick. Cause see, Muskie been doing some dirty stuff. Those letters that he sent out to the federal government. Watch Walmart prices go up. I'm not going over there. They should have done what Sam did and grew their own. They daddy. Y'all, I was gonna tell y'all something. Y'all have to give me a minute. Y'all, I'm still not all the way. I was gonna tell y'all something. What was it I was gonna tell y'all? I was gonna tell y'all something. I was about to tell you I ain't going out here because I don't want to walk up and down the step. Hold up, if you don't know, now you know. Many, mo. I need to turn some lights on in the house. That's my new set over there. I was gonna tell y'all something. Oh yeah, Project 2025 is the truth. But I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think no black person, no white person, no Mexican, and no other person needs to go in that field. I'm glad that this happened, because if y'all were just paying them minimum wage to work them fields, that's wrong. If you're going to be and get money from the government, see, the DEA was, if you received $10,000 from the government, you had to pay your employee, and you had to pay your employee correctly, right? And you had to be an equal opportunity employee. The second thing is concerning women. Let me just talk about women for a minute, if y'all don't mind. Yeah, I saw that it's going to be paused. Canada and Mexico is paused for 30 days. Women, are you a woman that's single, that run your house, that raise your kids by yourself? If you are a woman of that such, listen, we already had to deal with Roe versus Wade. We already had to deal with this stuff that a woman can't have an abortion after this age, all right? Now the next thing is this Elon Musk, because Trump man wasn't on no gays. I'm gonna be honest with you, he wasn't. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can get mad at me. Y'all, I'm not gonna tell you no lie. Trump man wasn't on no gays. But Elon Musk got a son that's a transsexual. And Elon Musk don't like gays. He does not speak to his son. He don't halfway deal with his kids. He got 12 kids by 3 different women. This man hate women. Elon Musk is destroying and trying to come against women. He's trying to take the rights from women. He want women to be at home sitting and making pies and getting big arms and sewing clothes and stitching. He want us to have to be codependent on a man. He want the man in the workforce, in the work field. He wants to remove the things that aid us as women and help us be able to work and provide. He wants it to be a communist country where the man reigns and rules, and where the woman has to do what the man say us is to do. I's gonna get whipped because I's not gonna do what Elon Musk says I needs to do. I'm gonna show y'all some of the pieces I'm gonna pull out of him. I got some little kids. I need to turn the lights on. I told y'all to watch Handmaid's Tale. Season 6 coming out in March. But what'd you say? What'd you say? It was so sad about the pastor killing and burning his wife up and burying her. I ain't heard about that one, Cynthia Banks. I haven't heard about that one. When, where, what, and who? When you said that out loud, you really, why he is buddies with 45, 47. When you said that out loud, you realize why he is buddies with 45, 47. No. Well, I tell you like this. It's a difference of being a womanizer and not liking women. Okay? You can be a womanizer. You like to hunch women. Trump loved foreign women. All his women are foreign but one. He like them. That's his taste. He entitled to what he like. His wife can't halfway put a good sentence together. And Ivanka, you didn't know what she was saying half of the time when she did try to talk. But Trump's son, by that lady, his wife, he seems strangely weird to me. He seems too like he's a little more on the gothic dark side than Trump's other kids. He seems really socially weird. He's extremely tall, but I think he wants to mimic his father in such a way. You know, he's got his dad's height and structure. He's taller than his father. He got his mannerism barren. He seems weird, though. He seems really weird. The thing I'm fearing is that the other one, he's like he wants us to be a communist country. What is it? What you say? Trump said with the white evangelicals concerning until anti-abortion, homosexual tension. He did, BJ. I'm not saying that he just don't, but I'm saying I think Muskie is really pushing so that transgenders can't put their husbands and gay people can't put their husbands and wives and stuff on insurance, and that he's going to cause all these marriages to be dissolved. He don't want gay marriage. He's working on that. I watch Handmaidens, White Babies Only. I don't know what that is. It was called Handmaid's Tale. I was shocked to hear that he's in college. I didn't think that he was smart enough to go to college. I thought something was. They used to say something was wrong with him. I thought he had severe ADHD. Maybe he didn't speak that much. Maybe he spoke more of his mother's language. I don't really know. But he never says anything. He never says anything. He even dresses like an old person. He wears the same coats and stuff like his father and everything. It's almost like he done cloned himself. And you can tell that Trump is extremely close to Barron. I don't know if it's because he's the baby, but you can tell that he's extremely close to him. He's weird. He's socially awkward. I didn't see no homecoming pictures and no prom pictures. Don't he have something? A form of autism? Okay. I knew it was something. I ain't gonna talk about him because I ain't got nothing against the little baby, the boy. I just want Muskie out of here. I just want Muskie out of here. What time is it, y'all? I need to show y'all this before I go, real quick. I blame the special counsel under the Merrick Garland. They were weak. The man should have been in jail. Y'all wasted all the time. Yep. All that taxpayer money went out the door. Well, all I know is America better get together on one accord. 3:52, 4:55 p.m. Where you live? You in California? No, 4:55. Is it really 4:55? It sure is. Y'all, we supposed to be in Bible study. I'm gonna have to get off of here. I'm gonna be running late. I was gonna show y'all my figurines. I got some of the prettiest figurines. I know y'all want me to stay or y'all want me to go to Bible study. Oh, you in California. Okay. I didn't know it was LA. Ooh, wait. I need to teach a lesson tonight. I'm gonna go to Bible study. All right then, y'all. I better get off of here. Let me see what time it is. Can y'all give me, what's 5 o'clock? Can y'all give me 5:30 and come on live lessons so I can take this into a Bible study lesson? I was gonna show y'all the figurines. I was gonna come in here and start working on my thing. I didn't know. I'm gonna turn this light on. I want y'all to see something. I'm about to catch another flight. Hold on, I'm gonna show you one little girl. I think she's the prettiest little girl. Hold on one second. I'm having a hard time right now. I have to ease up and sit down and ease up. Eddie! Hold on, y'all. Y'all, let me show y'all my little body. I was going to tell y'all something I want to. Hold on one second. Marvin, I know you hear me. Ed, I know you hear me. Don't be like that. You just got off the phone with somebody.
took that medicine aside, baby.
Well, I just heard you on the phone with somebody.
I didn't take that medicine too, mama. I stuck on it.
Well, go ahead. That's all right. I'll do this another day. I'm gonna show
What you
them.
trying to do?
I was gonna tell you to turn the light on, and I didn't know it was this late, and I was gonna put my little things over here in the thing.
I'm messing with this stuff right now.
Did you break one of my things? Who blew this head
I
on?
ain't broke nothing. I ain't messing with nothing.
I was gonna get the rest. Open that door for me. No, don't turn that on. Just open the door over there, cause you know how I walk.
Turn the light on. What light?
I was saying turn the big light on, cause I don't want to walk in. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna have to go set them up, and then I'll wipe them off. I'm gonna set them up. This is what I'm gonna move. No, he ain't doing it right. Hold on.
What light? I mean, what?
It was the overhead.
Do it. What the?
No, I'm trying to move these. You know how I'm walking funny.
Oh, crap.
I'm not going. Oh, this is going in one of my cabinets. But come on, I was trying to show him. Quit feeling on me, isn't it?
Show what? Man?
Come on. Come help me.
No.
Put
Lay
this
down.
thing over here.
Tracey, I'm gonna go lay down.
Yeah. I know when we go here. I'm trying to get my piano and the other singles. Come on and help me. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to show my people. Y'all, my husband, let me just show y'all some of it. Hold on. He get like this. Everybody takes a nap. He said he ready for his nap. Leave him alone. It's the one at the back. Come on. I'll show you. Can you come over here? Uh-oh, I'm dropping my phone. Hold on, y'all. God almighty. We ain't hitting on that. Look. I'm getting them out. I'm going to show them to y'all. I need the piano. And she right there. Just get it, slide it in from that side. That's what I was doing. The piano and then the other singles. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to show it to y'all. You got the piano. I ain't going to leave it right there, though. I'm going to put that in my case. And the other singles right there. See them two girls together in the white? The two big girls? Yeah. You get it? This a whole set, y'all. I have a whole nativity set. I'm going to set my stuff up different. Yeah. Oh, he don't feel good, y'all. Just sit it over there, baby. Sit the piano in front of that lady. I'm going to put it together in the rack. I'll just slide it back. Turn her in front of the piano. Turn the piano in front of that big fat lady. Here I come. I'm just going to show it to him. Let me show it to y'all. No, you ain't going to find it because she done broke it. The key is broke. Yes, it is broke. You can see the thing. Somebody touched it.
I could have got damaged but I found it in the floor. It was in the floor somewhere.
I'm not leaving this out, y'all. I'm going to put this inside. She says, sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing all the heavens and the earth. You can't find this stuff no more. Sing unto the Lord a new song. I got elephants, Monique. I got a big, huge elephant I can put up here. But I ain't finna do it. It's too big. It's over there on the ground. This is not staying out. This ain't staying out either. It's going into my curio. I was just letting you know the reason why I was pulling it out is because of the color scheme on it. All right. So, thank you, baby. So, I'm going to just shift some stuff around in here. See, I'm going to shift some stuff around. I got stuff everywhere. I got to put my stuff up high on the fireplace. Yep. But that's not going to sit up there. It's going to go inside the case. It's going to look good inside of it, too. And stuff like that. And I'm going to get me some books. I got some books that I'm going to stack up in there, too, because I like to read. Oh, I'm going to put the tree. Well, when Christmas time come, I'll just move this basket because I got a skinny tree little Deacon Calvin. And I put my tree right there. Yeah, he in my business. Talking about where you going to put the Christmas tree. And I can put it in the dining room, Deacon Calvin. Deacon Calvin, why is you in my business like Eddie said? He making me realize something. You is in my business. I got some more stuff. I ain't going to overcrowd my house now. It's already enough stuff. I don't have to go to the store. I got stuff everywhere. In boxes that's got to come out. I love elephants with the trunk up. It's good luck. So what I'm going to do is get off of here so I can go in here and charge my phone and prop up and take my pill. Tracey, you have decent weather. Want to go out and sit and rest a spell. Cindy, I can't go outside right now.
No, I got everything.
It's too much stuff out there. He doing some stuff and it's not that warm. It still will mess with my joints. So the temperature's already dropping. Oh, that's another thing I was gonna tell y'all. 4547 say he's doing away with daylight savings. He signed the order that we won't have daylight savings no more. Daylight savings started during the war in 1942. That was the year my mama born. It was to give us more time and adequate time to fight the war. But he said that it take too much unnecessary energy and things to do. Yes, Cindy, I can't go out yet. It's still 60 something degrees, but then it's 60, but it's still a little cool. If that make any sense, still cool. But I'm finna get off of here. So we won't have daylight savings time no more. I guess after this year, it's gonna remain whatever. He said it, and it began in 1942, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I seen it on Fox News this morning. I do watch Fox too. I watch Fox and CNN. Y'all may not agree with me, but how you gonna see things one-sided? Fox News tell things one way. CNN sometimes tell it different. So I just kind of pay attention to both because you got to learn. Oh, no, it ain't 80. I don't live in Texas. I heard Texas going to get as high as 87 degrees this week. How do I know? Because I watch world news. I watch both. I watch everybody's because you don't never know. You know, it's daylight. That means you extend the daylight. So it's not going to stay lighter. He's doing away with daylight savings time. He's going to make us, it's going to get dark at 6 o'clock all year round. He's doing away with it. It's 71 in Arkansas. Ooh, we got 6 or 8 more weeks of groundhog. That don't scare y'all. You don't know one season from the next. See, it's hot in Texas. Now Texas, I don't know about Texas. I didn't like Texas. I can understand it. All them tiny little towns, little town. Daylight savings did start for the war in 1942 to give them more time. If I'm not mistaken, y'all Google it and look it up for yourself. But I think daylight savings started in 1940. Somebody look and see when daylight savings started. I think it was 1942. 41, 42. Can somebody look and see? I think. I think so. I think I'm right. You know what though? North Carolina mountains. North Carolina got some beautiful mountains. And they got some nice mountain men. Nice people live up in the mountains that take care. But you know, so many things are dying, like the Appalachians, the mountain people, mountain men. So many people are just not appreciating it no more. But like in Alaska, they are still appreciated. They love to live off the grid. You know, you can live off the grid in the mountains, you know, Appalachians and stuff. No, 1918 wasn't daylight savings. It didn't start that early. I know that for certain. Daylight savings started in 1942 because of the war, where they decided to alternate it. I don't think it started as early as 1918. I wouldn't be that far off. 1916? No. Let me put it in here like this. Let me look it up. I'm going to ask a question, because I thought we were in war. Did daylight savings start in 1942 when we were in war? It was a law, 1942. In February 1942, Congressmen implemented a law instating the national daylight savings time to help conserve fuel and promote national security and defense. So it was during the time of war that they made it a law, okay? The act of it at wartime, but it became implemented as a law in 1942. Maybe that's what I should have said. So it was implemented as a law in 1942. It was first implemented into the U.S. Standard Time Act. Okay, Standard Time, okay, in 1918 during wartime. Okay, I'm talking about daylight. So basically they're saying right here, in February 1942, Congress implemented a law instating a national daylight savings time to help conserve fuel and to promote national security and defense, which is why it is nicknamed wartime. The time zones were even known as the Eastern Wartime, Pacific Wartime. Okay, daylight saving time, once known as wartime. All right. It says February 9th, 1942, daylight savings time. It was instituted. Yes. But I guess it wasn't a law. I guess that's what I'm saying. Because he's signing off on it. Y'all look it up. It says February 9th, 1942. It did say 1918. Yes, it did say 1918. It probably wasn't a law, though. They said that they put it as a law February 9th, 1942. It's a federal enactment of daylight savings. So the federal government enacted the nationwide. Can you find the official language of the order? I'd like to know what exactly it says regarding what time we will keep. Well, I'm going to tell you like this, Travis. I just saw it on the news this morning. I haven't even looked it up. I haven't done no research on it. I couldn't tell you the order. How would I even know the original order in which he's going to sign it when I just heard it on the news today that he said that he was going to sign it, that it would no longer be daylight savings. Now, what order it falls up under, I don't know. I haven't done any research. I was watching Fox News this morning. So I can't answer that. I don't know. You know, I just heard it. I heard it early this morning, and they was talking about it. And if you want to look it up, you can look it up. You'll find it. You can look it up. Go to Fox News. If you're a Republican, go to Fox. If you like World News, go to World News. If you Democrat, go to CNN or MSBN. See, I'll go all of them and all of them, but MSNBC. Go to all of them. I saw it on the news today. Muskie is a special government employee. Yes, he is. And I wondered why he came for those government jobs. Oh, that's what I was going to tell y'all. He sent a letter out telling them like they had to or they were going to be fired. And he had it like it came from the federal government. It didn't come from the federal government. He used the seal and everything. But the federal government did not issue those letters out to the employees. Muskie issued those letters out. So we don't spring forward next month. I don't know if it's going to be this year, next year. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be this year or next year. It was just on the news today, so I don't know enough about it. But if y'all going to keep talking to me, y'all going to hold y'all stuff up from Bible study. More than likely, it won't be enacted until next. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking next year. Same way what I was telling people. Every year, we don't know. This year, I know Section 8, they'll send your money. Next year, I don't know if you'll have Section 8. The order that you got this year was signed before Biden left. Now, next year, I'm not sure. I think in the winter, it will be just daylight at 9 in the morning. I trust you for authentic information. Well, I can't give you none, though. You have to go look that up for yourself. I just saw it. I got up this morning and I was watching Fox News. And Abel got ready for school. And I saw them. And I saw him at a podium. And they was talking about him on Fox. And that's what they said. What executive order it is. What number it is. Baby, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. But it seems to me like before even. Seems to me like we knew this last year. Or the year before that they was going to try to take daylight savings. So maybe this is something both parties have agreed on. Standard time started in, that's what I thought. Standard time started in 1918. See, we thinking about the standard, Pacific and Eastern and all of that. I'm talking about daylight. Well, anyway, it was an enactment and it was put into in 1942. So, anyway, I done got sleepy. So, I don't think this is just something 45, 47 decided to do. I think for some reason, even Biden was talking about this, doing away with daylight. For some reason, I think I heard this a year or two ago. But I just want to be honest with you. I don't think this is something Trumpster is just doing. I think Biden had mentioned this as well, and I'm not quite sure why they want to do away with daylight savings. But I'm almost certain. For some reason, Biden talked about this too. Yeah, daylight savings time. Well, I know that this year, you will get your money from your tenants on Section 8. But next year, I don't know. Next year, I don't know. FEMA. I'm going to tell you something about FEMA. FEMA's slow, but a little is better than nothing. Yep, DST is least of our worries. Yeah. Oh, it ain't no worry. It just came across my mind because it was in the news. I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it. You get adjusted to anything. That's why I said it wasn't no big deal. I just thought about it. I thought Biden and them talked about it too. Yeah, I thought they did. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I said. I mean, I guess, like if our grandparents came back from the dead, they probably wouldn't like a lot of changes. You get used to it. It don't bother me. I'm finna get off of here. So, thank y'all for tuning in. Listen, what I say to one, I say to all, love your neighbor like you love yourself. And what I say to one, I say to all, love covers a multitude of faults. And what I say to one, I say to all, I love you. Yes, I do. And listen, we do 4 things over here. We give God the glory, the honor, and praise. We L.Y.F.E. We love ourselves first every day. We pay attention to our surroundings and we pray without ceasing. Now go and pray for each other. Be kind for each other. Take in consideration, if I did it to you, how would I like if it was done to me? And if God did it before, he can do it again. Same God right now is the same God that was back then. So say a prayer for me. Go for the Father and intercede for me. The enemy wants to sift America like wheat. Honey, but say a prayer. And prayer and love covers a multitude. Ain't that right, Lady Mimi? I love you. Yes, I do. I'm the cook, the motivation speaker, the Bible study, and you're my friend. And I'm going to go in here right now and try to charge this phone so I can do a little Bible study. I'll put it on here. I should be up in about, I don't know what time it is now. I'll see y'all when I see you. Honeybees.